Here I have a 10-inch by 10-inch cradled wood panel. I'm first going to put a coat or two of gesso. This is Golden's sandable hard gesso. There, and I'll let that dry. Meanwhile, I'll begin a whole series of these by gessoing some panels. So for this process, you're going to need a lot of collage papers, and one of the key points is to have a lot of different papers. So I've got like painted papers, book pages, photocopies, decorative papers, magazine pages, more envelopes, newspaper. So the point is to get variety. And in your first layers, you're really just getting substance down. You're getting paper down. So I've got this matte medium. And it's important to do the collage really thoroughly. So I've got plenty of matte medium on the substrate, on the panel. And I put the collage piece down, put the matte medium over it. And then I'm using a catalyst wedge. You can use a credit card or something that'll work as a squeegee. And I don't know why there's red coming up in that, but I'm really getting that collage flat. And there's excess. I'm just saving it here on the side. So I'm really careful to get a thorough application of matte medium that goes beyond the edges of where the paper is going to be. So if the paper reaches to here, I want matte medium all the way out to here. Another interesting thing about this process is I can take a piece of painted paper, this is just paint on white paper, and put it face down. And because I'm going to be sanding through these layers, that green paint has the possibility of showing up if I sand that deeply. So you could actually make a whole piece just upside down with painted papers or magazine papers, because you sand through the back and then the front is revealed, but you can't see what you're doing from the front. So now I've got layers and layers of collage on this piece, and I've let it dry. I recommend you let it dry overnight, but you can also just dry it with a little fan or heater on it. And then I have this fairly heavy-duty Makita sander. You can use a palm sander. That might actually be better, but this is what I've got. So here we go. So there, with just a little bit of sanding, you can see how the layers start to reveal themselves. I'll keep going here. Just FYI, a dust mask is not a bad idea. Now at this point, you can feel the texture of the surface. It's uneven, and you could sort of choose to peel back some of the layers just manually. If you want to do more peeling of paper, you can spritz it with a little water. Kind of soak some of the paper. And when you let that soak in, that makes it a little easier to peel up the paper. So especially when you've collaged with like the paint side down or the ink side down, you can peel up the back of the paper and expose what was on the front of it. So I've decided to put just a single coat of matte medium over the whole thing right now, and that'll just seal down any little bits that are sticking up from the sanding and peeling. Even though this whole surface is pretty interesting looking, let's see, there. You can't just leave it like that. You just can't. It needs serious editing. So a few ways of doing some editing. I like to sort of pick up on colors that are already here. The matte medium. I can collage over that. I'm sort of tempted to do that. Oh, but maybe I could put it up here. Oh, let's agonize over it. Anyways, I'm going to put it somewhere. So that first collage to the point where you're ready to sand and then sanding it down, that's really just the beginning. So you can obliterate things here knowing that when you sand it back down, you're going to have access to all of the layers below.